Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Jury's Lounge. I'm
Hey,
Michael, and this is Mark. We're so happy to have you
hi
guys here
guys. How you?
today. Yeah. So make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, share the content, and you can to spread out through the algorithms. Make sure that everyone gets a chance to check us out because they messed up. They gave us a podcast. I'm just kidding. like, how are you doing today?
I'm all right. How are you, bro?
I'm good. Good. Long day, huh?
hmm
The things we go through. Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, guys. So yeah, we're just enjoying the week. But if you like this content, make sure you definitely share this. We want to make sure we get this out to everybody. It's really important. We're trying to get your voice heard here too as well. So we want to hear your suggestions and also hear what you think. So, Mikey, do you want to get ready with the first story?
Yeah, we absolutely can. So yeah, so I'll show you my first story. Let me see if I can pull it up right there
Okay.
for you guys. So let's do this one. Yes. Okay, so there's a new things happening. So basically there's a new craze. Which have you heard of this, Mark? It's called Nido. Need like
No.
Nito and Nido. So you guys were Nido back in the days, like squishy toys that you kind of just squish and they get expand and they do weird stuff and they get
Oh
big.
yeah, like those stress balls, kind of.
Yeah, but there's so many different types of it. Like for example, there's like they've done collaborations with other companies now, so it's getting a lot of traction. So what's happening is because normally sold at Walmart or little small toy stores. So now basically people have gotten so crazed with it that they're buying all of them up and reselling them at crazy ridiculous prices. So people have been known to go in lines for hours trying to get one of these things, and something that was in the past worth like just a couple few dollars. Now it's worth like way more than like three times the amount that it's worth. So, Mark, tell me, what do you think about this?
I think it reminds me of like the Labubu craze or like the any other craze that's happening now, especially like with back in our day, like the Tickle Me Elmo, Furby situation where everyone like wants to rush out and get random items. Don't get me wrong, like me and Mike, we love certain. I love certain trends. It can be fun and cool. I mean, there's one that unfortunately still haven't gotten me yet, but
Yeah,
but anyway,
if you
but
don't know.
yeah, you know. But no, I think it's interesting. I always find it fascinating what people make trendy.
Mhm. Yeah,
I
so
guess
like
it's
because
interesting.
before I think it was so before this trend there was the trade now Trader Joe's bags. They're like
That's
people crazy
right.
with that. Yeah, I read that recently. See, I keep I'm in the States. I hear about it all
hmm
the time. The
hmm
Trader Joe bag, and then before that was what's the other thing? The Labubu's. And now yes, there's so many things. There's Starbucks cups. There's so many things that people are going crazy for. Like just buying it
hmm
all up. So yeah, it's pretty crazy, huh? I think
Yeah,
it's like
it is pretty crazy.
it's demand, supply and demand, pretty much like you create a buzz and a craze, people will just want to go after it. So just be smart because I feel like if you wait a little bit for a while after the craziness dies down a bit, I think you'll get what you
hmm And I want to actually send a shout out while we're talking. I want to send a shout out to Jesh13. Thank you so much for actually hitting us up. Like I can tell you, like I always enjoy. If you guys don't know, when I work on Saturdays at Midnight Sun, he's actually one of the coolest guys. Actually, will actually sit with me through my work shift. And I'll do my live, and he'll like dance and like do emoji dancing. It's fun. So we always have a good time. So if you get a chance, just hit us up and check us out on our social media. We have a good time. So.
Yay. So it's like, bro, I think you're the next story.
Yeah, so yeah, I have the next story. So my next story is very interesting. It's going to be about let's see here, not about that one. No, it's about a alcohol distributor. Apparently there's going to be a major shakeup in the alcohol world where a major alcohol distributor shuts down and lays off over 500 workers. Let me share this with you.
What?
Yeah, let me share this with you. It's crazy, gonna be kind of crazy. So I'll share it here. So yeah, so it's a big one. It's outside of it's in Colorado, from my understanding, and it's a well-known distributor. Um, it basically, if you're used to, if you've ever heard of Anheuser Busch, they actually do produce a lot of different alcohol from that for that company in Colorado, and also if you actually drink any alcohol locally, like from local distributors and
Steelers. I got
distillers,
you.
yeah, yeah, you know what I mean. It basically they actually, if you're in Colorado, they actually are the ones that actually would actually make them. So a lot of those people are getting laid off. Mike, what do you think about this particular situation and this particular
I don't know why.
news?
I just thought about back in time, old timey, like the Steelers. I thought about the scene with Sinners when the vampires come in and kill everybody inside the bar. Like I feel like I don't know how Ray went to that. No, but yeah, I think that's going to happen a lot. I think in this economy, people are going to be shutting down things and like removing things, and you're going to see things not made with the correct ingredients, especially food. Food and drinks will be tampered with completely because of the way the economy is. So just make sure that you get what you want and you get what you need, and you stock up a supply of the things that are the way you want them, because they probably won't stay that way for long. That's my opinion. That's what I think.
Yeah, and apparently, I just give you a bit more background about this story. It's called Eagle Rock Distributing Company, and they are the engine behind Colorado social scene. Like I said, delivering beers, wines, and spirits.
You
So
say
that's
E
the one.
walk. You say E walk.
No, I said Eagle Rock. Eagle
Oh,
Rock.
Eagle. I was well. Little.
Not E. Not E.
E walk. Not E
Rock.
walk. I thought
Eagle Rock. No,
that's a jab walkie. That's again. That's a different group. But anyway, I don't know. Yeah, we find
not
out.
that. But yeah, no, but yeah, unfortunately, yeah, Toby. So I'd say like this is probably a great time to actually support your local, alcohol.
The dealer or something.
No, not a distributor. As a distributor,
Okay.
not a Steelers. And also, I took out and actually, support them because you don't know, everyone's struggling right now. So it's great to just support local businesses.
It's true.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, here you go, bro.
Okay, sweet. So I don't know if you heard about this new terminology. Let me see if I can find it. I don't find it. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so you heard this new terminology. So there's a new terminology that people are using nowadays. It's called FBA. Do you know what FBA means, Mark?
I do.
You know
No.
what FBA means?
I do not know.
Okay. So FBA basically means it's a new term for African American. You from African American?
Oh, okay.
So basically, it means foundational Black Americans. So when I say foundation Black Americans, it refers to a distinct ethnic group of American descent from enslaved people in the United States, advocating for recognition of their unique lineage, culture, and foundational role in building the nation. So, Mark, what do you think about this? A new
Wow,
term.
so it's a new terminology for Black. I mean, to me, like, I think I think it's interesting. Mike, what do you think about this particular?
I mean, as long as they make it ODB, I'm fine. I'm joking. I'm joking. Okay, but it's all just aside. No,
I mean, if you're with the Wu Tang, you understand that joke. But no, I think it's okay. I mean, it's okay. Like to me, I don't mind being called Black. I know me and Michael, we're multicultural, but we're still Black. We're mostly Black. So
yeah.
that's our
I think FBA is like perfect because let me tell you why I think it's a good idea. I think you're going to see a lot of backlash at first because of it, but I think eventually it's a good idea because think on this: if African Americans went to Africa, they're not considered Africans. You go there, they're going to be like, okay, you're from America. Your culture is not one of. And I don't know where this is coming from. It's mostly Black people from outside of the United States saying that Black Americans don't have culture. It's like that makes no sense because they're like we are the culture. Like every other culture copies
emulates.
Copies Black American culture. So to me, FBA is kind of just more of it kind of dials it in and it makes it more specific to foundational Black Americans. It means you were born out of slaves and you don't have a tie to Africa because you didn't. You're slaves. So those who don't know, if you're the slave, basically happened if you were a slave, you were stripped of your name, stripped of your birthright and all your customs, and you're given your white counterparts or your masters, last name, their culture, all those things. So all that was erased. So because we can't tie it back to, but now you can't gene wise you can, but the people back in the day they didn't know. So their culture was just that of American, right? So I think it's very powerful. Hopefully one day we get to a point where Americans are just Americans, period, and not has to be Chinese American, white American, European American, or those things. What do you think about this?
No, yeah, I agree. I think to me, I have to say, like, I definitely would say there are a lot of emulation. People do emulate a lot of culture, but I can say that when it comes to I think it just depends on what you prefer to be called. I think that's my thing. Like it's almost like a pronouns or that. I think it's what we prefer. To me, I don't mind. I don't mind being called Black. I don't mind being called multiracial. I don't mind being called. And actually, to be honest, just call me Mark or call me Michael. Like that That's fine enough for me. I don't have to be the black token person. I am who I am. Like to me, like I think eventually we should get past labeling people and get to a point where we kind of not have to distinguish people so much. But it is what it is. That's what I think. So
Yeah. Okay, Robert.
Okay. So my next story. Let's see what we got going on here. It's about McDonald's. So if you guys don't know, there's a story that came out for McDonald's saying that they actually they're going to be raising the minimum wage.
Wow, well, it's not Mark's favorite place. Not Mark's favorite place.
It's not my favorite place at all. I can't stand it. But that's true.
But yeah, them fries though. Them fries hit though. Don't lie.
Oh, the fries do hit. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, exactly. Tell you to shame the devil.
So anyway, Michael actually was a McDonald's fan back in the day, but I can say that McDonald's actually is. So there's a big story that basically, of course, that they said they're raising it in California, it's already at $20 an hour. But I actually got a story on my feed saying that they're going to raise it $23 an hour, and if you're going to be a manager, they're going to give you up to $32 an hour. So very interesting story. However, I think, to me, this should have been happening a long time. This should happen a long time ago. To me, I feel like it's unfair that all these workers have to work so hard and actually get pennies on the dollar and have to work a third or second job to actually make rent and make ends meet. So, Mike, what do you think about this particular?
You know, I think I have a good idea. And I feel like they did so needs to tap me on the shoulder, hire me for consulting these fast places. Because you know what I would do? Like, I feel like they're missing a big, huge chunk of ways they can support their staff and stuff. Like, what do you think about if like these companies, instead of like, you know, give them more, obviously pay them more because minimum wage has been moved in such a long time. But like, why not they get to, like, you know what, they get a free meal. Like, they get every week they get like 2 free meals, 3 free meals for the whole entire family. That way they don't have to, groceries are so expensive, so high. It costs about the, you know, same across the board. It'd be easier and better for, at least they can feed their families, right? And provide money. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it's not the best food in the world, but at least something. It's something, right? Or like they can make a menu surely for the employees and feed them, their families, so that way they don't have to like be struggling so hard. What do you think about that?
Well, I think, to me, like I hope my hope is that everyone kind of actually stops eating a lot of fast food. I mean, I'm not saying you shouldn't. I mean, I'm not saying you should never eat fast food. But I hope people are starting to towards eating more healthier, because it's actually getting crazy. I know the last time I went to fast food, it's like $20, and to me that's insane to get like a regular meal. To me, you can actually go to the grocery store and actually get 2 days or 3 days worth of food with that amount of money if you know how to use your money. So, and also give you more nutrition if you know how to make it. So, I'd say good for fast food to actually try to move forward in the right direction, helping people. However, they got a long way to go.
Yeah, it's so funny because it leads right into my story. So funny that's your story, right my story. So Mark's story was about the price of minimum wage rising, and that this is my story. It's my story. I will show you on the screen to laugh. So basically, if you guys don't know, a pound of beef in the U.S. right now is more than the minimum wage. So the price of a pound of beef is more than the minimum wage, which is insane. So it's reported on Fox News and on other news outlets saying that this is like ridiculous because, you know, think about this. 1 hour of you being away from home, being with your kids, you know, putting labor and hard work is not more than a pound of ground beef. So, Mark, what do you think about this?
I mean, but they said that actually, we actually broke the story, didn't we? About people going to grocery stores and they're locking up meat now, where people have to get people to come get them. I think, to me, meat's going to become a hot commodity because and once gas and everything rises up, and meat and eggs, everything else go up too. So
you're vegetarian. So I'm wondering, like,
it doesn't affect me.
You're vegetarian.
Doesn't affect me.
I'm saying, what do you think? Do you think it's a good idea?
Well, I think for meat eaters, I think it's a good way to get you to kind of try different things, for sure. To actually try to eat more vegetables, get more more nutrient dense food in your diet. However, I mean, I think you still should be able to have meat if you want it. I mean, I don't think it's anyone's right to tell someone they can't have meat, but I think for me, I don't eat meat, so it's up to you guys. I mean,
but just be careful because I give you about
for you. for y'all regular.
You know that meat replacement stuff. Be careful, you bring legend. Just put this clone legend. So just careful.
He keeps saying that, y'all.
Don't eat.
Yeah, I mean for y'all regular, y'all got that meat. The regular, y'all got meats. Y'all got the meats.
Yeah. Okay. It's your turn.
Okay. So the next story. Okay, so the next story I have is, let's see what this is here. Okay, so yeah, unfortunately, I have a sad story to report here. The Gathering of Nations of all Native people in the United States, they have a national gathering. They're actually going to end that.
Oh no! What?
That. Yeah, unfortunately, let me get to the story here. Let's go to it real quick. Let me get to it. Can you see my story? Let me see. You see my story? Hold on.
This Santa Cruz. This is the one.
Can you see it now here?
No, this one shows like Bird King.
Let me close. It's going to share. Is that the one I want to share? Let me share the other one. Yeah. Let me share the other one.
Sorry, we are live. So hey.
Yes, we are live. So let me do this here. Let me try it this way.
What's going on in your neck of the woods, Mark?
Hamburg. Let me see. So I think it stopped sharing. But anyway, we'll just go over the story. So anyway, Gathering Nations, for the most part, what's happening is they're actually there it is. I found it here. They're basically ending the major grouping of people coming together. It's going to end of an era for all the nation's people. For the most part, it was the largest powwow in North American history, and now it's set to close because they said it was they do traditional dances, gathering, and also cultural awareness. They said they'll actually, because it was too much to maintain, that they're going to go ahead and end that. So, Mike, what do you think about this particular?
I think it's sad because I think about the back in the day that Joe people say back in the day, like when's the last time, like when you're in here in Canada, there's so many people of First Nations people here. But imagine that I say it's like when have you seen more than four Native or First Nation people together? You don't see at all. So it's got to say you don't see many of them at all, right? And also I think also in the States, so a lot of people are mixed with First Nations, like we're mixed First Nations too, right? So I think a lot of people also are mixed First Nations. But again, when you're enslaved and all that stuff, your cultures will completely wiped away. You don't know anything about most of your culture. So it's one of those things where it's really sad. I feel like it's necessary because again, those are the people who started, the North America, right? The people who are, were the native of this whole entire, area. And it's kind of sad that they don't get the respect, recognition, or like money they deserved to make sure that they can stay together and do these cultural things, right? That's what I think.
Yeah, to me, I think it's important. I think because once you get rid of those type of events, you also get rid of the history behind it and the culture behind it. And it's important that I think we're losing a lot of our history already because of our political climate now currently, where they're getting rid of a lot of history. So it's important to have these type of functions. And I hope that someone else would take up the mantle and try to help to keep this going. That would be my hope.
Yeah. So back to me. So
by the way, before you go any further, Jesh says that about our last story about the minimum wage. He's $15 to $20 combo meals versus $10 rotisserie chicken at a grocery store. I totally agree with you. Like I told you, you go to the grocery store, get your meal, and not have to worry about.
Yeah, exactly. But it's really close. It's so close to price now. It's like, do I want that? Like, I'm obviously fast food for the price of getting groceries. Like, it's the same thing. It's almost the same thing. So it's like, do I want like a healthy steak or gordita and maybe an extra, a coupon for two or something. I don't know.
And pay extra $1 for guac, or make your own guac.
Exactly. Anyway, so my next story, so you can find it real quick. Edmonton's on the map, but not for any good reason.
For good reasons.
Not for any good reason. So this man, it was a man in Edmonton, accused of sex trafficking and
I can't say that word. Can't say that word.
And how do I say? And animal carrying too much. getting the kid. I won't say too much. But anyway, yeah. So basically,
I don't know if you guys ever noticed. Anytime Michael is not meant to say a word, he will say it. He'll say the word. He'll say the word.
Try not. Okay, so it's been arrested March 6th with assistance from Edmonton Police Services alleged to have recruited, control, and sold at least 5 women for non-consensual fund payment time, if you can follow what I'm saying, in Edmonton area. Down. Police say investigation started June 2005 after one of the alleged victims reported being lured through social media before being forced into non-consensual
fun.
In the other regions, I'm assuming. Okay, include trafficking in person, forcibly confinement, essay, that's actually essay, right? Essay, procuring, and multiple counts under the rough Protection Act, including caring for animals too much in that way, in the wrong way, and animal neglect. If you have evidence of a dog had, okay, I can't go any further. I can't. I'm going on screen.
Okay. So yeah, Mike, thanks for that story. I think this is crazy. I mean, you know what, Edmonton represent. I mean,
get out. Get out of here.
Represent.
Yeah, I'm kidding. No, I couldn't go any further. I tried, but it's too much.
But honestly, I think it's crazy because I mean it happens more often. Do you think this type of story where people care too much for animals? I'll say. I mean, like we have a story. We were younger, so a crazy story. We were in our old neighborhood. Back in there, our mom would always say, "Hey guys, you can always play, but when you play, make sure you don't ever play in the back cul-de-sac in our neighborhood." We're like, "Oh, that's weird, Mom. Why would you say that specifically? Why you should know? Just make sure whenever you come back, just make sure you check in with me every hour, and also make sure you never go into that one area of the neighborhood." Okay, sure. So later on, we know we're grown. We're all we move out of the area, and we found out that the same situation was happening where someone was videotaping themselves with.
He's
rough.
Hi, George.
And meow. Yeah.
Dolphin. Okay.
Yeah. So I guess just to say that I think it happens more often than not. I think it is definitely a illness that people need to go get
people
treatment for.
People flip it on Flipper.
Tricking on to see. No.
So yeah, but I mean,
what do you think? What do you think about this?
I think it's really messed up. I think it's really weird. I think it's really sick. I think people like that. I think it's definitely has a mental thing. Especially with, it's one thing when you want to degrade people, when you have animals too. There's something. I mean, that itself is a problem. But then animals involved too. So it's like, where does the line stop? Like, what's we next? Like a cadaver. Okay. It's like you cross so many lines, so many barriers. Like there's nothing left to do. You know what I'm saying? But do like 9% what's on the Epstein files. That's all
right. And mention jerky 32 times, or something like that. Something weird like that.
Or pizza, whatever. I don't know. It's weird.
Or pizza.
I find that weird. But wait, Mark. Okay, this is too much for me. Next story.
No next story. But Edmonton, y'all, you speak up. No one say anything. You might see my Edmonton say anything. I'm just saying. Mm-hmm. Okay. So this next story is nearly half of all the AI companies are racing to build data sets as fast as they can, but they're saying that there's a 50% delay in the next upcoming years. So I'll share this with you. It's very interesting. Let me do this here so you can see it. Come on, screen. There we go. Where is it sharing? Hold on, let me do this. There we go. Okay, I'll share it with you here. So basically, nearly half the data centers are actually, like I said, are actually being held back within the 25-year period. That they thought they were going to be way ahead, but now it turns out there will be more delays because of just resources, people not being able to actually come together and actually, because if you think about it, we talked about this on our last show, how there's like 62 is it gallons of 62 million gallons of water gets used for AI, which will be used in 2030. So sorry, 20, sorry, it's 63 billion. So that's a lot of money, water. So if you imagine all those resources being used and actually people trying to get those done, not just that, but also solar. Think about the silicon chips, things like that. All those things come into effect where they don't have enough of the materials to make it. So it'll take some time and they're rebuilding. So, Mike, what do you think about this story? What do you think about them having delay in AI?
I feel like maybe it's a good thing because right now, if you notice, the prices of everything is going up, especially electronics, because of AI, because of all the resources and technology it takes to create those systems. I don't think you. A story I was going to talk about today, but it didn't fit for today was how. Do you know how much the PlayStation was when we bought a PlayStation 5? How much? Do you remember how much you paid for it, Mark? Do you remember how much you paid for it?
Wasn't it 5?
Like $500. So now it's almost $700 to get what we have now. It's $650.
Oh wow!
So imagine computer parts and computers are way more expensive to get now. It takes like a lot more dollars to do that. So also I think it's good because it'll slow everything down, which is good. For AI, it'll make prices for things cheaper in terms of like technology and things too. So I think it's a good idea because like it already jumped from Will Smith eating a hamburger kind of to like almost, it looks like so realistic you can't tell the difference between an actual person and not. So I think a little bit of time for it to settle out is great, because I mean eventually AI will take over the world. So you got more years to do our thing. I think we can. I'm okay with that. What do you think?
I agree. I'm even though I'm in tech, you guys don't know, and to me, I agree with you. I think also that it'll be great to give some time to ethics, and hopefully we get people to actually be more ethical and actually go into the AI sphere and actually work on making sure actors aren't being ripped off and make sure that people are AI is actually where people's rights are being protected, and also that we're not overstepping boundaries with people. I think it's really important to have that first. So.
Well, in your case, they become our overseers. I said positive things. I said positive. I'm just kidding. But so I'll go my last story, which is this. So I'm sorry, my stories are kind of weird, and kind of a weird bad note. So I'm not sure if you heard about this. Yes, here we go. Yeah, so there's a new variant of co, the co thing that happened.
Dovik.
Panorama.
Dovik.
Yeah.
91.
Rate of it. Apparently, it's called Cicada, and it's BA.3.2. They say that this particular strand, it actually is stronger than any shots that you take in any we're looking for more. What's the word I'm looking for?
Any other treatment or
any things that you've taken
or I can't say that. We can't say the word.
So because of that, it's seen as a threat. What do you think about this, Mark?
Well, I think with 91 Dovik, like we used to call it back in the day, I guess it's returning 91 Dovik. So I think it's I think it's kind of like a I heard about this. I heard isn't there a variant that's coming from India? I heard another sickness.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I think we had to be definitely more diligent and more careful this time. And also hopefully we'll learn from our mistakes and actually, to me, I'm never a xenophobe type of person, but I feel like when it becomes a thing where people are traveling, they need to shut things down before things start happening and start make sure that everyone's safe. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, so remember, so stronger than any other things that rhymes with Maxine. So you take it in the past. Mm-hmm. So just make sure you're very careful. I'm not saying you be ridiculously, crazy, but just make sure you wash your hands. Make sure you do things like in general. Now I kind of make sure I have a distance with people in general, and they're who are definitely coughing or sneezing, I don't go near them anyway. So I don't want to.
I don't mean that.
So just make sure you wash all your foods and vegetables and those things, and make sure you take care of yourself. And don't get too much in a panic, because I mean, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Like that's just how life is. Sometimes it just happen.
That's true.
So, but just take care of yourselves, take care of your loved ones, make sure they're safe. I think
agree.
that's good.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I got. Do you have anything else to talk about, bro?
Yeah, so I want to do just a little fun game. Unpopular opinion. So you just tell me if you agree with it or disagree. That's it. You just agree with it or disagree.
This will be fun. And the guys, feel free to play along with us too in the comments.
Yes, it will respond back to you. You write in the comments, we'll respond back to you. It might not happen live on the show, but we will respond to you. Okay. Do you agree with the statement, Mark? This unpopular opinion. Do you agree that Canadians are basically Americans with manners?
Good question. I would say yes, I do. I actually would agree with that. I think most Canadians are pretty much friendly. I mean, we have ran into the ones that are crazy too, though. Don't get me wrong. I've run into some ones that I think they projected that they kind of tried to emulate Americans and how I think Americans act. But yeah, and in the basic sense, I agree with that statement.
I would take it a little step further. I would say that most Canadians are actually how Americans think people outside of America think we are. Canadians are actually that. Right? I think because people think of us as like, oh, we're so friendly and so loving, blah blah. I think most Americans aren't. I think when you go to the South, people are very nice. Sometimes they're racist, but they're nice. But they're polite to your face. But in terms of like true, genuine niceness and true genuine, like I think Canadians are actually cool. They do, right? What do you think? Was that a good one?
Yeah,
you gotta feel how it works. You just tell me what you think about it and your opinion. Okay, so this is another opinion, unpopular opinion. We'll call this segment unpopular opinion. A lot of people who act like they're busy or so busy are just bad at time management.
Wow, that's a good one. I would say, I would say that's split.
Got to be because you.
I would say it's split. I said split. I think it's split because I think some people are good with time management and they know their stuff, and some people are just legitimately busy. Like they have, for example, me. For example, I have like 3 jobs and I'm like busy. I'm running around, so I'm actually busy. But other people they might be busy, but they may not necessarily necessarily know how to compartmentalize what they need to do. So I said that. Oh yeah, I just want to make sure we mentioned in the comment section. Jess wrote back. He said about Canadians. He said yes, but maybe not the ones from Quebec. I mean, some crazies are from.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I agree. Actually, I agree with that. I actually agree with you on that.
Okay. Yeah.
I actually agree with you on that. 100%.
Okay. I agree. Actually, very good point.
I agree.
I'm gonna say this though because I've been to Montreal like 3 times, and I feel like, especially that side of Canada, it is funny. So they are nice to an extent, but like if you don't know French or you don't know the culture that well, they're actually really mean. They actually be really mean. So I think it just depends on where you're at. Like they are general, but if they find that you just like they could be from that area. It could be a little bit.
I don't think that's what he's saying. I think what he's saying is that they're crazy, and I agree. Actually, he's saying they're. I don't think he's saying they're mean. They're crazy.
I'm saying that sometimes some people from the area they're so enriched in their own culture so much that they come across like me. But I feel like but that's not in I'm not saying that in Alberta or British Columbia or those places. They're okay. But I will say, they're to each other they're not nice. I think Canadians to each other, just where you're from, like BC to Calgary to Edmonton, or BC to Alberta, they're really weird to each other. They're really weird. That's it.
Yeah.
But it's like
well, I can just all I can say is my experiences with Quebec people. They're very eccentric people. I'll just say that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, tell us about your experience, Mark.
I think they're just eccentric. I think a lot of times I've talked to people from Quebec. They seem to be very free spirited, open, but also kind of. I think I know you're trying to talk about a certain situation. You're wrong. That person's from Toronto. That guy's from Toronto.
Oh, that's right.
That guy, you forgot.
I forgot. Yeah, I forgot. I'm minding my business. Think of good.
Yeah,
okay. Let's find the next one. Okay. The next one I have here is okay. Let's do. Okay. we should all assume the worst of people.
No, I don't agree with that statement. I think you should prepare for the worst, but not expect it. That makes sense.
Yeah, yeah,
I'd say I wouldn't
yeah,
expect it from people. Like I think to me, like there are people actually out there who are genuine and actually do care in our kind.
yeah. Well, you know
What do you
though,
think, Chris?
I feel like as I get older, I used to think I always start the best people, but I kind of think I think what's better a better phrase to be expect the unexpected from people. Like people you think
Yes.
are 1% gonna be one way, be the complete opposite of the ways, or like I think you should give room and give time and space for people to so they let them show you who they are. I think that is more a better statement. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree. Thanks. That's a more fair statement.
Yeah, okay. Are you ready for the next one, Mark? Is this
Yeah,
one?
but I want for you.
Oh, okay.
I do. So this is a good unpopular opinion. If you want to marry someone, culinary compatibility is one of the top three things to consider.
I actually agree with that. I agree. I agree. I agree. That's right. Okay. Yeah, I think because it's important. I agree because I feel like culturally, if you don't like the same foods, how you gonna live together? How you gonna like eventually like it's gonna break down where like you're gonna want something that they don't want to eat. And I think it's having similar or I think it's either have so complete opposite that you're open to trying different things. That is what I think. What do you think, Mark?
Yeah, I actually agree with that statement. I think it's important because certain things, like I think music, food, I think if you have a general sense of, not saying they can't be completely different, they can't be different,
About
but if they're
fashion,
not,
about fashion, Mark.
oh, oh yeah, for sure.
They didn't like the way
Yes.
you dress and the besides
Oh yeah.
where
Oh,
just beat down
tattered garments.
Salvation Armani clothes.
Yeah, I'd
What are
say
you
like to
going?
me,
What are you
like
going to
I
do?
would,
What are you going to do?
yeah. I mean, if you're wearing like last season's fashions, I mean it's okay. I mean,
Not the Mark.
but
Judge it up a little.
yeah, just call Lee.
He ain't here. Yeah.
I
It's true. Okay, I'm going for you. This one is like I need you to listen. I need full focus, Mark, on this one. This is a good one. So I want you to hear it. Make sure you're not looking at anything while I'm saying this. So Mark, vanilla ice cream and chocolate sauce mixed in is much better than actual chocolate ice cream.
agree.
Me-
I agree.
why so much?
I
Why
agree.
so,
You know,
it's not better.
I think it's because the chocolate can be overbearing sometimes. It's too much chocolate.
Yeah,
It can be it can be an overload of chocolate. I love chocolate, but I think the older I get, the more like I want to kind of enjoy the flavor. I feel like I can't enjoy it if it's overpowering everything. So like, to me, I feel like it can kind of overpower a lot of times. Where vanilla, you get that vanilla, and then the chocolate kind of melds in together with it. I think it's good.
It's really good. Like you took
That's
words out of
what
my mouth. I have nothing else to add to that. It was a great answer, right?
Okay, I want to
You
say it on
know,
Reddit. I have one. So it says pecan pie is far more American than apple pie. Yes or no?
I would say they're on par. Like, they're on par for sure. I think they're on par.
Yeah.
I think back in the day they're probably. I guess were there more apples. I don't know why that even is a thing. But I think they're pretty much on par. Like that dessert and
Yeah.
apple and pecan are pushed where we're from. Like it's pretty much the same level.
But to be honest, I feel like if you guys know us, we're not a huge pecan pie person
Yeah.
because I kind of agree with Jess. Just a couple of things. He said he agreed with he agreed with our food choice with chocolate ice cream. He agreed with us, and also he said he disagrees with apple pie. He disagrees with pie. He said that apple pie is goated. You know what? I would give you this apple pie with ice cream. Ice cream,
Mark,
slam.
you brought up our families. You brought up our families. So listen to this.
Pecan pie.
We grew up on pecan pie. We honestly.
I know we used to pick pecans. So
Way
yeah,
more right now is sacrilegious. If our family, they don't get here.
but I don't like pecan pie. I never liked pecan pie.
I know the cousin group chat. If they see this, they're gonna let Mark have.
Our group chats are always there. You guys, our family group chat is insane. It's like I wake up, there's like 18,000 messages. But no, I will say this though. Honestly, pecan pie is like it's. I remember I respect the time it takes to make it because we used to make it. I used to make it. I don't understand how but to me, it's just not my. I just don't. I think with that, the custard and the nuts are too much for me. I'd rather have a custard pie than a pecan pie.
Okay. All right. So I'll do one more. This is about my last one. Okay. Thinking everyone's judging you is low key a form of self-centered thinking.
Yeah, I agree.
It's totally. You think everybody's judging you. You think everybody's. You think about yourself way too highly.
I agree. I think if you're always thinking about, and I think that's why it's important to think of things holistically and in a non self-centric point of view. Look around, look at the total surroundings and total scope of everything, so you can understand what's happening. A lot of times we get so upset or get in our feelings, or we get so caught up in what we're doing that we don't see others around us. And it's important that we kind of take a step back and take a look.
I think it's important to understand that we're all equal importance. So, but when you do that, you take yourself out of a place of being equal importance. Like you're the most important thing in the room, and that's not true at all. So, yeah, I do agree. It's very much vainglorious to think that every single person in the world is worried about what you're doing, what you're saying. That's. Do you want to do one more?
Yeah, I'll do one more. Let's see. I have a good one here. Okay, so it's a good one. So this is the one. This is airlines should charge for carry-on bags and check luggage should be free. Yes or no?
Check luggage should be free. So you see, check luggage is the small bag you put.
So saying airlines should charge for carry-on bags, right? So when you come in to a plane, they should charge for that, and they're saying that. And check luggage, when you check luggage, should be free.
Ooh.
Let me think. I like that actually.
I know. I think I do. I don't. I'm sure I don't agree because it does put weight on the weight on the aircraft. So it's like if you're putting if you get 5 or 6 bags, everybody gets 5 or 6 bags. They're exploit it, but as much as they can, and everyone doesn't need a full bag. But that would make the flight super heavy, and they need to do more for make the planes more sturdy, the aircraft more sturdy. I think it's too much.
Well, I think if you think about it, either way, it's going to be the same weight if you carry it. If you carry on the plane, or if you check it. I think also, if you did that way, you would eliminate the need for people to bring their bags onto the plane so much, and you get on faster, you leave faster. And also, I think they could also do a weight estimate, so they can before you leave the plane, so they can actually have you. I think things would be a lot more quicker. I feel like. So I think that's a really great idea.
You can see a plane. See about Southwest Airlines, Mark, that they've actually called what was it? I can't remember the term exactly it was, but basically a person who's who has too much weight. They made a new rule now where if you're a certain weight, you have to get a second seat, and then they reimburse you later on or something like that. But isn't that crazy? What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's hard. It's a hard decision because to me, I get it. If you're a person sitting beside that person and you get this, that's kind of rough because you can't.
It's called a person of size.
Yes.
I think it's size.
And also, it's not their fault either. Most times, I'd say maybe half or less of the time, it's not their fault that they're that weight. So I think it might be.
But I do feel like this. I feel like if you know good and well, you can't fit a normal seat, and you need to go ahead and buy 2 seats. You need to buy 2 seats.
Yeah.
He's happy. Why stress? And now those people are doing their job, so you make them uncomfortable having to talk to you about it, and then it becomes this big thing. And then also, I feel like you shouldn't be offended either. I feel like because you shouldn't because they're trying to make sure everyone's comfortable. Right?
Might you say big?
That's including the people. You know what I mean? Yeah, not you are stop, Mark. Yeah. I think it's a touchy situation because people are afraid to talk about certain things. But it's funny how I find it weird that we're not able to talk about people of size. We're able to talk about color and sexuality and else. But then when it comes to that, people are so like. I think it should be across the board with anybody, and I feel like that goes to people who are cognizantly crazy too. Same thing. If they seem like they're not doing so well and they get on a plane, you should be like, no, you can't get on this plane. Like, no, you can't. There should be things in place to care everybody, to make sure everybody's safe and everybody's okay. That was my opinion. I love everybody at all sizes. You know that. I used to be bigger myself.
Do you really care about you?
You messy.
Because remember, guys, I'm our group's angel.
Mark, I never had a problem. Mark, it's Mark. I never had a problem.
Upset.
Yeah.
I get it.
Anyway, you want to see it? You want to say goodbye, everybody? Mark, talk to you now.
Yes, guys. So this is the end of our show. Thank you for actually joining us today. I want a special shout out to all our people out there watching this. Remember, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you next one.
We'll see you the next time. Make sure you take care of yourselves, everyone, and make sure you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, everything, every platform we're on it. So love you guys. See you next time, and
Bye, Josh.
good night.